Okay, this is a video for people who I've spoke with in the past who have said or who have called bullshit on the fact that I have a lot more muscle strength than I probably really should for my body. They don't believe me whenever I say that I can move heavy stuff. They think that it's just bullshit. Well, this video is to prove to you that I've got proof, or to give proof to my claim of fame of being able to move and lift heavy stuff. This is a rear axle out of a 3/4 ton truck. I got a 3/4 ton truck here. It's a 1971 Ford F-250. The axle on this thing, it's in here. I had to do some work on it, the brakes and the hub specifically on the outside, and that's where this axle came into play. This is a Dana 60 rear axle from a 1970 truck, most likely a F-250 as well. Just to show you right here, 60. That 60 on the housing represents this is a Dana 60 axle. It's a full floater design where the hubs ride on bearings and then the axle shaft bolts onto this hub here so that the vehicle weight sits on the axle tube instead of the axle shafts. Now, I know from research that a Dana 60 front axle from a late 70s Ford truck, a 1-ton model, and some 3/4 tons that had it, those weigh about 480 to 500 pounds, those axles. Now granted, this is a rear axle, but the only real major difference between the front and rear axle is that the differential is offset to the driver's side, or over here to the driver's side on the front Dana 60, and instead of having this style of hubs, it has C-hubs and knuckles that turn. But if you look at how burly this brake drum and hub assembly is, I think that the weight is pretty close to the same. And it's a complete axle. It's got all the brakes in there, the axle shafts, the differential assembly. You can see the drive shaft pinion there. It's a complete axle. I estimate this axle weighs about 450 pounds, maybe close to 500. And I'm going to pick it up and load it in the truck to haul it off. And this will be proof to you people that I do have the strength to back up my claim of being able to move heavy stuff. So I'll get the camera ready and we'll load it up in a moment. Okay. Ford Dana 60. I'm going to pick it up and load it. 500 pounds, give or take. Oh, go. Move. Move. Go. All right. Thank you, grandfather. There you go. Now quit telling me that's bullshit I can move heavy weight, people.